Hello. This is Rhapsody, your friendly little growth hacker, aka the Reverend Dr. Rhapsody, aka Mr. Transformer, aka Rhapsody Barrero. Hoping that you and yours have had a wonderful day if you're seeing this at the end of the day. Hoping that you have a wonderful day if you're seeing this at the beginning of the day. And for today, let me just tell you, it would be in your best interest to watch this video all the way to the end if you want to increase the quality of your life. If you're okay with things the way they are, then, it's fine. It's perfectly wonderful. You don't even have to, you can like literally click away now and just go ahead and go back to whatever you were doing that was not being productive. Okay, yeah, I understand if it's the end of the day, you had a long day, you had a hard day, you want to relax for a bit. I understand, I get that. In that case, then just come back to it later after you've had a chance to chill out, relax, decompress, forget about all the silly phone calls that you had to deal with all day long, forget about the boss that doesn't appreciate you, forget about the coworkers that should be 1013. Just forget all of that. Relax. Deep breath in through the nose. Hold it for a second. And exhale. Make a funny noise. Yeah. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. All right, so today we are going to talk about the two most important words of your life. The two most important words in the English language. The two most important words in any language, actually, now that we think about it, now that I think about it. And the challenge that the majority of people face using these two words incorrectly, creating all kinds of havoc and undesirable circumstances in their life just because they're whipping these two words around willy-nilly in their life like a bull in a china shop, creating just as much damage, creating just as much destruction, and continuing on in a subpar existence, in a life that is operating at a level way below what it is capable of doing. Are you ready? Okay. Let me start you out with some examples and I'll get you to the two words. Okay. Think about it this way. If you're in the habit of saying, I am broke, and you say that continuously, what you wind up doing is drawing more brokenness into your existence. If you continue to say that I am unhealthy, you will continue to draw more circumstances into your existence, which will feed to your ill health. If you continue to say, I am alone, and I am going to be alone for the rest of my life, you will continually push away any opportunity that the universe might have to send someone your way. If you continue to say, well, I'm this size, I'll just never get any smaller, you'll just continue to be that. If you're one to say, I'm this size and I will never get any bigger, like if you're skinny and scrawny and, tired of guys kicking sand in your face at the beach, that's homage to an old gum wrapper commercial. I don't even know if that's for sale anymore. Bazooka, does anybody buy Bazooka bubblegum anymore? Is that still available for I know at the time it was like a penny, then it was a nickel. It's probably a quarter now, but Bazooka bubblegum. Anyway. So, so it's in the Bible. Either you believe it or you don't. Someone asked God what his name was. And his response was, I am that I am. And the challenge is, or what was recently related to me was, that we, as we say in English class, we put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Or in this case, we put the comma in the wrong place. So, it's not I am that I am, because that just sounds like airy fairy. Here's your answer that's not really an answer, but go away. The comma actually goes after that. So the statement actually reads, I am that. I am. I am that. I am. And the more delving I've looked into this, the more research I've done into this, it just feeds into, I mean, they were trying to tell me way back then, but I couldn't understand it way back then. I was only 10. But that I am that means that everything that exists, he is, she is, it is that. That means there is evidence of God in everything in your life. You, your friends, your family, your children, your car, your house, your workout equipment. And it's interesting, I just thought of that. Like, if you think of God being in your workout equipment, I would like to believe that it would help increase the quality of your workouts, because God is there with you helping you work out. Instead of thinking that you're just there by yourself and nobody cares, and why am I doing this anyway? I've had zero success with this in the past. But the name of the game is, I am that. I am. So then, at the gym, I am that is the squat rack. That is the Smith machine. That is the preset barbells. That is whatever your preferred machine, or whatever machine that you're going to for building strength, or following whatever program, ideally that you got from a trainer, because they know what they're doing. They've gone to school, to classes, to courses, got certifications, and learned what to do to help you get to where you're trying to go, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to build muscle, whatever. That's why they're there. It's in your best interest then. Like, if you're going to LA Fitness, there's trainers there that just like float around the floor, and you can hire one of those for like, $50 an hour. And, just spend a couple of $100 one month on a trainer. Just 1 month, just to get a system down. And once you get the system down, then you can continue on with it, see some results. After you see some results, you might look around for them and say, hey, got a lot of results from that last month that we did together. Let's do another month. And you can have like 3, 4, 5, 6 months in between, as long as you're continuing to take action toward your goal. So I'm saying all that to say this. The two words are, I am. And when I say before that so many people whip those words around in their existence like a bull in a china shop, they are calling into their existence things that most people don't want to be there. That's something that I used to do myself. Like I say, not when I was 10, when I was 12, when I was 15. I would think to myself, because I was living in a less than stellar neighborhood, and thinking to myself that if I walk out that door and go to the store, I am going to get robbed. And a good number of times, when I walked out that door to go to the store, I got robbed. When I walked out the store not thinking that, I didn't. Correlation? Maybe. Who knows? It's possible. But what we're talking about here is speaking into existence what you want, and not speaking into existence what you don't want. Because what you don't want, if you speak it into existence, it will just as easily come your way as what you want. Which is why it's a good idea to get into the habit of saying I am for the right things. Like, one thing you could say is, I am deserving to be here. And some might say, no, I've done bad things in the past. No, I've gone through bad things in the past. No, that's not the case. Check this out. 40 quadrillion, I'm sure the number's bigger than that, sperm were headed for the egg that would become you. Only one made it. You. Congratulations. You won the race to life. Yay. All right, so, I don't know where he gets this. All right, so the name of the game is ask for what you want and then take action toward what you want after you've asked for it. And the universe will meet you. So if you want to say, I am in the perfect relationship. And the way this thing works, like any affirmation thing that somebody will talk to you about, you have to do it in the present tense. You have to speak in the present tense because if you speak it in the future, it will always be just out of reach. Because you're speaking it into the future. And you're not there. You are here. So you say, I am in a loving relationship. And some would say, well, I'm lying. No, you're not. Because I am in a loving relationship with myself. I'm here to tell you, any friend, any family member who knows me knows that I love me some me. I dig the hell out of me. I think I'm the best thing since sliced frickin' bread. Looks to the contrary notwithstanding. If you don't think so, you're just confused. Okay? That's me. Okay, granted, that's me after some 38 years of work in 12-step recovery, reading a bunch of books, going to a bunch of seminars, meeting a bunch of fantabulous people, learning from them. Sure. But you can start with whatever little things about you that you like. Just, perfect example. The guy who I refer to in 12-step meetings as my gold-plated sponsor, gratitude is a very key point in that system. And when his sponsor first asked him to write a gratitude list, all he could come up with is that I produce good bowel movements. And that's all he could come up with because he thought of himself as so low because he had done this and he had done that and he's not a nice person, he's not a good person, he's got nothing to be grateful for in his life. No, but he had that one thing. So, for yourself, find that one thing. If it can only be one thing. Maybe you have a great singing voice. You don't sing in public, you don't go to karaoke just because you're afraid of what other people are going to think. Me, I don't give a damn because I'm going to sing my heart out and there's going to be somebody that likes it. But for you, it might be a thing where you only share your lovely voice with the four walls within which you live, in which case you get to hear it. So you know it's good. So that can begin the loving relationship that you have with you. And as I have said before, I will say it again. I will say it till I'm blue in the face. I will say it until my dying day. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. So in order for you to attract a loving partner, you have to be a loving partner and practice being a loving partner on yourself because you've got yourself there all day long. Your relationship with you is the longest relationship you've ever been in your life. It's the longest relationship you're ever going to be in your life. It's, you got to start with you. You attract what you are. You don't attract what you want. Some people say you attract what you expect, which might possibly be true, might partially be true, but at the end of the day, what you really attract is what you are. So you have to be the type of person that would attract the type of person that you want. So the two words, I am. So let's say you You're in a job that you're not a fan of, but that was all that was available to you. You can just take a quiet moment, let's say while you're at work, going to the bathroom in a stall by yourself. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Hold it for a second. Let it go. Make a little noise. You can make a little noise because people just think you're in there doing business. And and say to yourself, I am in a rewarding profession. I am in a job that I like. It doesn't even have to be something that you went to school for. It just has to be something that you like. I have gotten more mileage out of jobs that I like than out of jobs that paid well. Most often. No, because like the one that sticks in my head by driving for Schwann's, that job paid well and I liked it. I liked it most days. When it was raining, I didn't like it. When it was cold, I didn't like it. When I had to put my hand in a freezer truck over and over again over a 12-hour period of time and then the skin on the end of my fingers would start to crack, I didn't like it. The people I got to meet, however, I liked it because I got to meet these people. Some people that I only met as far as servicing them now on their doorstep. Some people I literally service them from just inside their doorstep. And then there's people on the other end of the spectrum that I might have spent the night at their house. I might have had access to the daddy chair complete with remotes. I had meals with them. And for that, I really liked the job. Okay. Tangent. I digress. Not that it's a digression, it's just a detour of sorts. All right, so we talked about physical, we talked about relational. Let's talk spiritual. Yay! Because it's 17 minutes in, and if you're here by now, you are down for the count. You are in for the mission, and I love you and I appreciate you and I thank you for being in for the mission. Okay. The best I am statement for that is simply I am a child of God. I am a child of God, so basically I am babysitting one of God's children. When I am babysitting one of God's children, I don't feed it bad food. When I'm babysitting one of God's children, I make sure that it gets enough water, not soda. When I'm babysitting one of God's children, I give it proper exercise. When I am babysitting God's children, I speak to them reverently. When I'm babysitting God's children, I have nothing but unbounding love for them because they are a child of God. And by they, I mean me. By they, I mean you. Treat yourself like the child of God that you are. If you have a problem with the G word, that's fine. You're a child of the universe. The universe is awesome. Look around. It's amazing. I am a child of the universe. As a child of the universe, I deserve all of the good that the universe has to offer because the universe is my parent. The universe is my parent. Not these flesh bags that brought me into existence, because I know this blows the mind of most people. It blew my mind when I heard it. You actually picked your parents. Hold on to that for a second. I know you're thinking to myself, I picked these sons of bitches that beat me up since I was little, that starved me for no reason, that locked me in a closet, that beat me to within an ounce of my life. I picked these guys? Yeah. You picked them because you knew that you were going to need all that they were going to take you through in order to be able to deal with life as an adult. So all that they took you through, not condoning it whatsoever, it's not cool at all. However, they built your strength. Just like, I want to say, the Spartan kids. You ever heard about what they do to the Spartan kids? What they did to the Spartan kids? They were just like, give them a knife and some armor and some clothes and send them out in the field and say, don't come back for a month or for however long. And it's feast or famine. It's survive or die. You adapt or you get acclimated to the destruction that is inevitable. So it's very, very, very probable, because the thing is, and like I've explained before, time doesn't really exist. The concept of time that we came up with, I like the way that my pastor, Pastor Kyle Roberson of Progression Church and of Married at First Sight fame, he is the #1 marriage counselor on television, and literally couples weren't even staying together before he showed up, because he showed up coming from a ministry where he helped married couples stay together. That's why that works. But anyway, as Pastor Kyle put it, it's like there's infinity that just goes all the way around and keeps going around, and God took this little space in between infinity called time, where we are, just to help us learn. So then when we leave this layer of existence back to whence we came, returning to the ocean, returning to infinite knowledge, returning to infinite power, we just go back into infinity and we just keep floating around and enjoying ourselves in infinity with all this wonderful knowledge that we have acquired. And if you're like me, you're like, oh man, I got all this knowledge, and there's people that are still alive that need my help, so I'm going to run down and help them. And that's what I would do with my infinity. Because if you haven't had the joy of helping people, you're missing out. You are missing out. You're missing out. For me, that is the genuine joy of life, is helping another human being, helping a plant, helping a tree, helping a pet, helping an animal, just helping. Being of service to mankind is the meaning of life. Being of service to any other life form is the true meaning of life. Anything outside of that is just like window dressing, condiments, I was going to say asparagus, not asparagus. That other green stuff that they put on the side of your food to make it look pretty. Half sliced up pieces of fruit that they don't mean for you to eat. It's just there to look good. That's what that other stuff is. Being of service, that's the main course. Being of service, that's the entree. Being of service, that's the vegetables. Being of service, that's the fruit. Being of service, that is the sustenance upon which your soul thrives. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. We love you a long time. No kidding. I'm serious. Leave a comment if you find something that you'd like to comment on. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Please share the video with friends that might be in need of this knowledge. And also, the extra wonderful thing, in the description, in the post, you'll find a link to the Magnetic Mind Masterclass that you can participate in for a week for free. And after you've gotten a taste of that wonderful bounty of goodness, you can pay for it outright. It runs a whole year. It's a year of growing you more than you ever thought you could grow in your life. I'm here to tell you because I'm living proof. So, you can pay for it up front. They've got payment plans. They'll be more than happy to work with you at whatever level that you need somebody to work with you to help you pay for it. And it's just so worth your time. It is so worth your energy. It is so much more worth your energy than just sitting in front of streaming services being entertained. Because yeah, that excites the brain and you get all happy or you get all sad or you get all scared and it's over. As opposed to the Magnetic Mind Masterclass. You take it in, let it seep in, You turn it around, you use it in your life, you use it to help others. And again, like I said, that is the genuine meaning of life. That is the genuine source of joy for your soul. Being of service to others. Again, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Me love you a long time, for real, for real. And if you want to chat, feel free to comment. We can chat and, DMs, whatever. If you got a situation you're dealing with, you need some guidance, I'll be more than happy to help you. El Faribo up front, just because, I'm cool like that. Then if we wind up getting into some deep stuff, there's services that I offer to be able to help you with that. Okay. Until tomorrow, until the next video, know that I love you. I hope that you can learn to love yourself and be of service to your fellow living being. Okay? Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.